Buy Russian oil and face destruction? America's open threat to India and China. It was a quiet night. Oil tankers around the world were steadily moving toward their destinations. But then, a U.S. senator suddenly appeared on television from Washington, D.C. and dropped a bombshell. If India, China, and Brazil don't stop buying cheap oil from Russia, we will destroy their economies. Just think, this wasn't a threat from a terrorist group. It was a direct warning from a respected American lawmaker sitting in the U.S. Congress. And India was squarely in the crosshairs. Today, we'll dive deep into this explosive issue. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update on our latest videos. Now, without any delay, let's begin today's crucial discussion. Let us tell you, today, oil is no longer just the fuel you get at a petrol pump. It has become a weapon, one that can raise nations or bring them to their knees. The Russia-Ukraine war has pushed global politics to a new turning point. The U.S. wants to choke Russia from all sides, cut off its funding, and force it into submission. But when countries like India, China, and Brazil continue buying cheap oil from Russia, America sees it as a direct challenge to its strategy. Senator Lindsey Graham, a Republican from the U.S., issued this threat on Fox News. He stated bluntly that if India, China, and Brazil keep buying oil from Russia, the U.S. will destroy their economies. He even claimed that 80% of Russia's oil exports go to these three countries, and the money earned fuels Vladimir Putin's war machinery. Graham was so furious that he went as far as calling this money blood money. According to him, these countries are not just buying cheap oil for their own benefit, they are, knowingly or unknowingly, funding the war, and America will not tolerate that. Not only that, but Graham and Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal together introduced a new bill in the U.S. Congress. The aim of the bill? To impose up to 500% import duties on any country that continues to buy oil or gas from Russia. That means if India, China, or Brazil purchases Russian oil, the products they export to the U.S. would face such heavy tariffs that they'd lose their global competitiveness entirely. Just think, on one hand, India wants to be a key player in global trade and attract investment, and on the other, the world's biggest superpower is openly threatening it. This proposed bill in the U.S. Congress has already gained the support of 85 lawmakers, making it all the more dangerous. It's no longer just an idea, it's on its way to becoming official policy. Following this threat, U.S. President Donald Trump also didn't hold back. In a meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, he stated that if Putin doesn't agree to peace talks with Ukraine within the next 50 days, every country buying oil from Russia will face a 100% tariff. Trump even declared that while Putin may have fooled Obama, Biden, Clinton, and Bush, he must not make the mistake of trying to fool Trump. Trump's warning also carried a political message. He's not just pressuring Russia, he's trying to bring all U.S. allies in line. According to Trump, these tariffs are not merely a punishment, but a tool to force Russia to the negotiation table. But India didn't remain silent after hearing this threat. External Affairs Minister 𝐟𝐨𝐥𝐿𝐵 made it clear that India is buying oil from Russia because its energy needs are massive, and the country's priority is economic stability. He also stated that India has conveyed its concerns and interests directly to Senator Graham and is open to further dialogue if needed. However, India's stance is firm. National energy security is more important than any diplomatic pressure. India has also made it clear that by purchasing cheap oil from Russia, it is neither supporting any war nor becoming part of anyone's political agenda. Rather, India is simply choosing the most economical option based on its energy needs. This is a matter of economic prudence, not a moral failing. Perhaps America doesn't understand this, or perhaps it chooses not to. Because the U.S. wants the entire world to follow its policies. But India is no longer a nation that takes orders. It now sets its own strategy on the global stage, sometimes with Russia, sometimes with the US, but always prioritizing its national interests above all else. The Russia-Ukraine war has taught the world one thing: no country is truly isolated anymore. If one nation faces sanctions, another emerges as its alternative. And today, India has become that alternative, not just for Russia, but for itself as well. While Western nations focus on isolating Russia, India is leveraging its oil trade with Russia for its own benefit. This not only provides economic relief, keeps inflation under control, and supports a stable rupee, but India has also gone a step further. It refines the cheap Russian oil and sells it to other countries, turning a challenge into a strategic advantage. Now just imagine how envious the United States must be. India is buying oil from Russia on one side and selling refined products to Western nations on the other. It's this very strategic move that positions India as a true global balancer. If the US proposed tariffs ranging from 100% to 500% are actually implemented, it won't just trigger a trade dispute, but a full-blown diplomatic war. And the impact won't be limited to India alone. It would ripple across the entire global supply chain. If Indian industries like textiles, pharmaceuticals, and auto parts become more expensive in the US, it will also hurt American consumers. Inflation there would rise too, and this is exactly what India is repeatedly trying to make the US understand. India has also stated that America should adopt a cooperative rather than threatening approach, because you don't deal with a democratic nation through intimidation, but through dialogue. India has maintained a careful balance in its stance. On one hand, securing energy from Russia. On the other, nurturing diplomatic relations with the United States. This entire episode isn't just about oil. It's about two worldviews, one that seeks to control the world through threats, and another that aims to bring everyone together through balance and diplomacy. America must also remember, India is no longer the India of 1991, reliant solely on the IMF and World Bank. Today, India holds the G20 presidency, has a powerful voice on global platforms, and stands as Asia's largest power after China. If the US believes it can bend India by wielding the tariff stick, it would be making one of its biggest strategic miscalculations. India doesn't take sides. It stands for itself. At a time when the world is grappling with economic instability, India has managed to keep its economy strong. A major reason behind this resilience is access to affordable oil.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.